What's going on, people? Welcome to our second NFL preseason preview, the AFC East. With me today, I've got Mr. Sassor. So, what's going on, man?
What's going on, everyone? What's going on?
I know we've been missing you on the Running Gun podcast, man.
I know. I kind of disappeared after a minute there. Life got a little crazy and hectic for me. Started a new job and everything, but now we're settled in. Still got some things trying to situate out with life, but we're here. I'm ready for football though. When I saw
Yeah,
that there was like I don't know post. I mean, it was a post weeks ago or maybe less than a month ago that said like there's 100 days left until football season. I was like, damn.
yeah.
All right,
Hall of Fame games at the end of July.
damn. Wow.
Yeah, well, at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
it'd be a good time, man. It'd be a good time.
Oh yeah.
Um, and do your voice matches with that microphone so well. It's like you're now tuned into the quiet storm. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first team on the list for the AFC East. Last year they won the division. We're talking about the Buffalo Bills.
Yes,
So
sir.
as far as the Bills goes, last year 13-4. They drafted Maxwell Harrison, T.J. Sanders, Landon Jackson, Deion Walker, Jordan Hancock, Jackson Haas, Dorian Strong, Chase Lund, and Caden Prather.
Mm.
Free agency acquisitions, Elijah Moore. I like that one. Joey Bosa. I like that one too. Larry Ogunjobi and Shaq Thompson. I like the first two free agent signings personally.
I do too. I
I
like those two, and then I like the fact that there's Deion Walker and Landon Jackson too.
yeah, no, I so my thing is
That's a
first and
good,
foremost.
it's a
Well,
good rookie class.
it is. It is. And
A good
we'll see
dynamic.
how this gels together, But my first thing is obviously, what do they have to do to get past, Kansas City first and foremost. It's like I think they're gonna win this division again. But like, what do they got to do to get past Kansas City?
I don't know. I don't know how you can get past Kansas City. I think it's just Josh Allen's like still like that's his like still like his nightmare like ever since he lost the first playoff game to them. Like I don't know. I don't know what you got to do if you're the Bills management or Bills or Josh Allen to say like how can we get past this Kansas City team? I don't know. You don't would almost have to steal like maybe the players from like Kansas City from like 2 years ago. I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago
I think
when they
honestly,
just called out.
like to be real with you, I think it's like they got to win. They got to have the best record in the AFC. Honestly, I think that's one thing you got to do: have the best record in the AFC, and then that way it's like you can control home field advantage. And because let me bring up the schedule actually while we're at it. Let me see because I need to know: do they play the Chiefs this year? They do play the Chiefs this year, November 2nd. So that's at home. So you definitely have to win November 2nd, along with running the table through the schedule in order to by all means have and hold on to first in the AFC, so you can have home field advantage all the way through. Because you don't want if you're the Bills, you don't want to be going on the road in the playoffs to go play against Kansas City.
Yeah. Hmm.
Now, as far as the schedule goes, do you look at this and what do you make of it? Week one's going to be interesting. Monday night was that Monday? No, Sunday night football. Week one, Sunday
That's
night football.
yeah. They have two Sunday night footballs, one Monday night football, and two Thursday night footballs. That's a pretty good dynamic, though. Honestly,
I know they hate those Thursday night games. I know they hate them.
I know because
It's,
you have such a short window to rest. You don't really, and you have like maybe one practice or maybe does the team skip practice for the week? I don't know. I don't know how it goes. But I think, just giving like a rough win loss record prediction, I'm probably thinking, I don't know.
let me see. So I think that they can.
I think it might be like 10-4, 10-5.
I'll say I think they lose. I think they lose week 1. Lord willing, Mark Andrews doesn't drop the ball again. I think they can beat the Jets.
Yeah,
I think that honestly, I think they can beat the Dolphins at home for sure. They'll
I
beat
think
the
they can
Saints.
beat. Yeah, they can beat the Dolphins twice. Definitely beat the Saints.
You're looking at 4-0 after 4 weeks. 5, I think they beat the Patriots. 6, I think they beat the Falcons even in Atlanta. Bye week, I think that they will.
Oh, they'll be
I
ready to
think
go.
they'll beat Carolina. I will call. I'm going to call it here. These next 3 weeks, I think are going to be a skid. I think they'll lose to Kansas City, Miami, and Tampa.
Oh,
I
see, I
think
would
they'll
have
lose
had them winning maybe just the Dolphins game, but maybe losing to the Bucks. I don't know.
6, 7. So yeah, 7-3 meeting the Texans on Thursday Night Football. I think that they win that one because of the fact that it's for playoff positioning now. So, I mean, I think you can go 14-3 to round out. Well, actually, you know what? 13-4 because I don't think they'll beat Philadelphia. I'm gonna go 13-4 again. I think they repeat that.
Yeah, 13-4 or 12-5. I don't know. For some reason, I could see them losing against the Steelers.
I wouldn't even say the Steelers. I could, 12-5 is realistic too. Because I think New England might sneak one away. Because New England, I think, is going to be a better team this year with Mike Vrable.
Hmm.
So that's where I'm thinking that too. And speaking of second place teams or possible second place teams, let's go to the team that was second place a year ago, the Miami Dolphins. Last year they were 8-9. They drafted Kenneth Grant, Jonah Savanier, Jordan Phillips, Jason Marshall Jr., Dante Trader, Ollie Gordon, Quinn Ewers, Zeke Biggers, and then the free agent signings were Zach Wilson. Ooh, QB room's interesting. Alexander Madison, Ifu Melifuanu. I'm gonna be real with you. 2 things. They need a new quarterback.
So that's feeling like, yeah, like we're feeling like Tua's not gonna probably last too much. Like he'll probably be reserve or he'll probably be like QB coach, I guess. I don't know.
I think that I just think like honestly with the amount of concussions he's sustained, I think he needs to get out of football. But I do also think the Dolphins after this
Yeah.
season, they need to look elsewhere and evaluate other quarterbacks. I don't think Zach Wilson is your long term answer unless he has a career resurgence like Baker did when he got to Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Quinn Ewers is your guy. I mean, maybe he can develop into something and show me, but right
Not
now I
yet.
think he's
Not yet, but I think he could develop pretty quick. I mean, if he's smart enough, Yeah.
yeah.
Keeps
But it's like I don't see it either. I think Ollie Gordon is gonna. Geez, you're gonna cut Ollie Gordon loose in Miami. Good lord. Um, but I mean, I think he's gonna have a say in that running back room along with Alexander Madison. Um, you know, sheesh, because I'm not high on the Dolphins this year. Because for me, it's like you've had. Oops, didn't mean to do that. It's like you've had so many chances, and it's like if not now, when? When are you going to get past that hump? When are you going to win that first round game? It's like, and now I feel like it's never going to come because they've regressed. They've made trades. They've made moves. They've let people go. So I think that we're heading for something big, and I think that they've missed on their quarterback too. So I don't think two is the answer.
no.
Now, looking at the schedule, you look at it here. And does this include preseason? No, this does not. Okay. late bye week works in your favor, but I'm gonna be real with you. The home games are in white here.
Okay.
If I had to take a guess, because I think the Colts aren't going to be that good either this year. I think they win the first one. I think they win the second one because getting New England down south is beneficial. I think they lose to the Bills on Thursday Night Football. I
Yep.
think they lose to the Jets because the Jets will be good with Aaron Glenn, or they'll be better. Aaron Glenn and Justin Fields.
Hmm.
I think they lose to Carolina.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I think they lose to the Chargers, who possibly will be a playoff team.
Hmm.
I think they'll beat the Browns. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're 2-5 right now. You play the Falcons. I think you lose to the Falcons. 2-6,
2-6, 2-7,
2-8,
2-8.
9, 2-9 going into the bye week. So now it's like, yeah, the season's practically over. I think that
Damn,
coming
they
out of
play
the
in
bye.
Madrid.
Oh yeah, they are. They're playing. They're playing. One of their games is international.
Damn. Wait, how many international games do we have this season?
We have one in Germany. We have one in Madrid. I think we have one in Sao Paulo. Um,
Damn.
we have one in England. And I think we have one in Mexico. So I think there's like 5 international games.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think there's like 5 international games that are going to be played this year.
Damn.
And that game against the Commanders is one of the 5, one of the 4 of the 5. But nevertheless, yeah. I mean, you're looking at what is that? What did we say? 2-9 going into the bye week.
2-9, yeah.
I think you
I
come
don't
out of the bye week against a lowly Saints team. I think you win that one. So you're 3-9, but then I think you lose the next 3, which makes you
three
what's
and
that?
10. No, I'd say 4-10 from the
3.
Steelers. I don't
You
know.
know what?
I don't know. I don't know their situation. I mean, if it seems like the Miami Dolphins are having a QB issue, maybe they are gonna just. It's just gonna be shot from like the first 2 weeks of football up
I
until their
mean, the
bye
thing
week.
is like there's so
They're
many
gonna.
questions. The problem with the Steelers game is like, and then geez, you put it in prime time. Is like you can't guarantee Aaron Rodgers will be healthy or what the Steelers are going to look like, and then there's no guarantee of
Right.
Tua even being healthy and available by week. Was that week 15?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's in Pittsburgh. Yeah, they're losing. It's in Pittsburgh late in the year. They're losing. So what's that? That's 3-9, 3-10, 3-11,
Yeah.
3-12. They're losing to the Bucks. 3-13. I think they finished 3-14.
Basically the opposite of the Bills almost.
Pretty much. I think because that's a little stretch there from the Falcons all the way to the Commanders. That's going to break their will. I think
Yeah. And
that
plus
little
like your
stretch right
first
there.
3 or 4 games against your
Division
your
division
division.
rivals and potential playoff teams.
Yeah. That's hard.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough little stretch right there. Mm, 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 mm.
Now you got me curious what's going on in the Panthers right now, Carolina Panthers. Like,
I will say because I do think that the Dolphins lose to Carolina because of the fact that Carolina showed a lot of signs of life late in the season last year. But then
yeah,
at the same time too, it's another year of Bryce Young coupled with Dave Canales, and those two created magic late in the year. So I think that it'll carry into 2025. So I mean, Carolina is a team that I think,
got Adam Thielen. I mean,
yeah, I think
he's
they're
all
competing for second in their division right now. Them and the Falcons.
yeah.
So that's why I say that's what I look at this and I think 3-14 when I look at the Dolphins. And I hate to say it, but you're probably looking at probably one of the top 2 draft picks. So I mean, I think at this point it's like, you know what, you got to say we made a mistake. we're going to go look for a quarterback, or a new
Yeah.
GM comes in and a new head coach comes in, and it's like, you know what, we're going to look for a new quarterback.
Did Shador? I know he interviewed with a lot. Did he interview with them too, or no? The
So
Dolphins?
Shador is already he's with the Browns.
Yeah, I know. I didn't because I knew he had a lot of like interviews though with different teams.
Oh, I'm,
I didn't know if the Dolphins was one of the teams.
ooh, yeah, they might have been. They
I'd be
might have
curious.
been. I honestly, me personally, I would have loved to have seen Shador in Miami. Basically, pretty much probably coming off the bench, maybe in like what, week 3, week 4 for an injured Tua.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I hate to be that guy, but we know at some point this season Tua is going to get hurt. I hate to speak evil like that, or not speak it, but speak ill will like that. But the truth is the truth.
Yeah.
And with that, I guess we can go on to the New York Jets, who hired Aaron Glenn this offseason, and I like that move. It was a genius move, but also that free agency signing, going out and getting, Justin Fields, Josh Reynolds, Byron Cowart, who, shout out Bay Area kid, and then also Derek Nottie. They
Hmm.
drafted Armand Membo, Mason Taylor, who is the son of Jason Taylor.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, he went to LSU. Then they also drafted Azaria Thomas out of Florida State, Arian Smith, Malachi Moore out of Alabama, Francisco Malioga, and Tyler Barron. They had a good draft, and they had a good free agency period.
I'll say.
Yeah, Aaron Glenn's trying to flip this around quick.
Could this be the turnaround maybe this season for them a little bit?
Possibly. I know one thing. I'm rooting for them hard week 1. But let me ask you this: what are your expectations for Aaron Glenn and the Jets week 1? Or not week 1, but this season.
Hmm. I'd say with the Jets, I mean, considering how again you look at their record from last year, I mean, just try to beat your division rivals. I think they would beat, like we already said, like the Jets losing, or sorry, the Dolphins losing to the Jets. So I think they could turn it around and beat both the Dolphins and the Jets. I think it'd be a really good matchup to see how they play. And they should put their energy into the Bills a little bit more when they play them.
And I think they will
Play
with
smart
Aaron
ball, like how anybody else would say. Just go out there and play smart ball. I think they could turn. I think Aaron Glenn can turn it around.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm rooting for him and everything, and I like the fact that he's got Justin Fields there with him as well. Let's go and bring up their schedule. So, and I'll blow this up a little more so everybody can see it. So, looking at their schedule this season, geez, that didn't blow up much at all, but it's all good. They open with the Steelers week 1. I'm rooting so hard for the Jets to win that game because that's a big deal. That's a chance for Justin Fields to basically go out and prove to Mike Tomlin that like I
You
should have
dropped,
been the Super Bowl all year.
yeah, you dropped me, so here I am proving it to you. You should have,
Exactly.
yeah,
And the beautiful thing is, it's a home game. It's a chance for him to go out and show out basically, and then rub it in Mike Tomlin's face, rub it in the Steelers organization's face, and I think that the Jets will win that one. Now the next week, I don't think they're going to win that. I don't think they're going to win the next 2.
I think it's gonna. Well, I still think they're gonna beat the Dolphins, but I think it's gonna be a shootout. Those first four games. I think they're gonna go basically 2-2. They're gonna win 2. They're gonna lose 2. They might lose the first 2, but I could see them winning and turn around. If they could turn around Pittsburgh right away, that would be a great way to start the season. And then you
I
keep your
think
tempo up going into the Bills.
I think that they win the first. They win the first. They win the first 4 games. I think they win the first game and they win the 4th game, but they lose the 2 in between. So
Yeah.
because that'll kind of be the measuring stick against like 2 playoff teams to kind of get a feel to see where you're at. And I think when they play Dallas, they get Dallas at home. Ooh, that's tricky.
Mm, yeah.
You know,
I don't know what Dallas' situation is now with. quarterback and all the other stuff going around that surfacing around Dallas. But I feel like that could be a little bit of a shootout of a game.
I think they'll beat Dallas. I'm gonna go with that. I think they beat Dallas. So I mean, you're looking at what 3-2 at this point. Surprisingly to the league, it's kind of like a shot heard around the world. It's
Yeah.
like the Jets are kind of somewhat frail, creeping up. I
Maybe
think.
beat the Broncos, but
Mm-mm,
I don't know. No,
mm-mm. I
you
don't think
don't think so?
Broncos got a good defense. I
Mm.
don't think they'll beat the Broncos. I do not think they'll beat the Panthers. So you're looking at what's that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3,
So
and
we're already saying like what 3-5?
5. Yeah, you're looking at 3-5 going into the bye week, which isn't a terrible place to be. To be honest with you, it's not a horrible place to be. Um, Now I think when you play the Browns coming out of the bye week, ooh,
I
that's a
think they
tough.
win the next two. I think they win the next two. They go 5-5.
Really? Ooh, okay.
I'm
So
thinking
5-5, and then they play the Ravens. I think they lose that one.
they lose that one.
So five
Turn
and
it
six,
around. Beat
five
the
and six, five and
Falcons.
seven.
I think
You
it's
think
gonna
they'll
be.
beat the Falcons?
I think so. I think they'll beat the Falcons. I think it'll be 6-6 at that point. So then going
Okay.
into the Dolphins game.
Dolphins game in New York. Hmm.
Uh, hmm.
Hmm.
That could be the shootout game. I feel like
I know. Yeah.
but if the Dolphins are already crippled at that point in their schedule, then the Jets are gonna win that game.
I just need to go back and look at something real quick. Yeah, we said the Dolphins would lose that one. Yeah. So I think the Jets win. I think the Jets are going to win that one. The Jets are going to win. So what's that? One. Wait. Let me see. Wait. 1, 2. We had 3, 4, 5, 6. So you got 6 wins at this point. I think you know what that's gonna be a tough one too for the Jaguars because it's like like and me and Ace talked about this too. It's like I think or me and Chad talked about it. It's like depending on the matchup that Travis Hunter sees that week, he may have to commit to one side of the ball. You know what I mean? Because there's a
Yeah.
chance. Yes, we're gonna see him match up against Sauce Gardner in that Jaguars game. But it's like if the task is too great, you may have to commit to one side because you're gonna have to play to the side of where do you give us the best opportunity to win? You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I feel like for Travis Hunter, I think when you see him against the Jets, all right, are you more beneficial to us going against Sauce Gardner being covered by him, or are you more beneficial to us covering, Garrett Wilson and company?
Hmm.
So I think that's a decision that they're going to have to make. But for the time being, I think the Jet that's in Jacksonville.
Okay.
Hmm.
And at New Orleans, so I think they win that game.
They're going to beat
And
New Orleans.
yeah,
They're going
Patriots.
to.
I don't know. We'll see what the Patriots is like, what their roster looks like now, and what their
I'm gonna
schedule
give it to
looks
the
like.
Patriots. I'm gonna give that one to the Patriots. I
Yeah.
don't think I don't think the Jets are gonna sweep the Patriots, but I'm gonna give that one to the Patriots. So what was that? We had them at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Already, I
6.
kind of see a 7-8 record right now.
Yeah, I could see like 7 and I could see like 8 and 9 or
Or eight.
7 and 10. I could see that.
Basically, they would take the Dolphins last year's record.
Yeah,
They would be second. I think they would be
I'm
second.
gonna go 7 and 10 with the schedule.
I'd say their division would probably be.
But call
They'd
me
probably play
crazy.
second.
Call me crazy. I think 7 and 10 is only good enough for third place in this division.
Hmm. Maybe.
You'll see. And that's going to bring us to now the New England Patriots, who hired Mike Vrable
Crap,
this
that's
season.
a lot of signings. That's a lot of picks.
Yeah, no, I think that they did a great job in the draft. Honestly, you don't want to technically win the draft, but I mean they did a good job drafting. So Will Campbell, Travion Henderson from Ohio State, Kyle Williams, Jared Wilson, Craig Woodson, Joshua Farmer, Braden's Braden Swinson, Andreas Borregales, Marcus Bryant, Julian Ashby, Kobe Minor. For agency signings, you got Stephon Diggs, Austin Hooper, Carlton Davis, Marcus Epps, Caleb Von Chason. They did a good job. I think Mike Vrabel looks at this and he sees, he's trying to reestablish that old Patriot way that they had when him and Tom Brady were there.
Yep.
And I think, it's like it's crazy, but it's not crazy. It's almost shocking, kind of.
What's that?
When you look at it, it's like you're like, I don't know about you, but it's like since 2020, it's like I haven't been used to seeing the Patriots games like so desolate and empty and boring,
True.
Like it's crazy to believe. But I guess this is how people must feel like seeing the Cowboys so dominant in the 90s, but then seeing how like they're not dominant anymore.
Yep.
So I guess that's what this must feel like.
And in the next
But
5 or 10 years, we're gonna look back and be like, "Oh, remember when the Chiefs were once dominated?"
yeah,
And someone else is gonna take over. Some other team's gonna take over. It's gonna. I think it's gonna always be that like same formula. I think that goes with a lot of just sports in general. You see,
does. It does. I mean, forever there will forever be teams that know how to work and manipulate the salary cap and things like that.
Yeah.
But the expectations for Mike Vrabel in his first year. Honestly, I'll be real with you. If Mike Vrabel can win 8 to 10 games, I think it's a success.
Play hard and play aggressive. Tell the team
Yeah,
to play hard, play aggressive, and I think dig down deep and win your conference. I think they would place. I think at this point, considering how we already looked over with the Dolphins and the Jets, I think, well, depending on how their schedule is, I think Patriots could turn it around and go for second in their conference.
When the we mean division,
Or division, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think 8 to 10 wins is a successful first year for Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
I don't see them winning only 4 games again and finishing in last. But with that, you can go and bring up the schedule. So, as follows right there, as you can see, outside of those first 3 preseason games.
That's the Bills schedule.
Oh, geez, my bad. I'm tripping. This is horrible of me.
You're good.
Sorry, blonde moment. But yeah, as you can see, I'll blow it up a little bit more so everybody can see it.
Black is white, red is away. Okay.
Yeah.
These have the preseasons? No, they don't.
I think you know what? I think you win the first one. You win the first one. We already said that they would lose to the Dolphins. I think you
1-1.
You could honestly be 2-1 going into Carolina.
I think you'd be 3-1 after the first 4 games. I think
you think they beat Carolina?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I really don't know Carolina's situation. I would have to look more into Carolina's.
I'm gonna say they lose to Carolina. I think they're gonna be. I think you're looking at 2-2. I think you lose the first game to Well, actually, yeah, you lose the first game to Buffalo on the road. You beat the Saints, so we're looking at 2-2. What's that? 1, 2, 3. So what's that? And geez, oh my gosh, I gotta do math now. So 1, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 2-3. You're looking okay. So 3-3 by October. 3-3 by October 12th. I think you beat the Titans. 4-3. I think you beat the Browns.
5-3.
5-3. You lose the next 2.
Damn.
5-5. I think you beat the Jets at home. Or no, you said you said they would lose this one, but they'll beat the Jets here. So that's essentially 6 and
I think,
6.
yeah,
Uh,
7-6. I think 8-6 going into the
7,
bye.
6 and 7. We go 6 and 7, and then but yes, 7 and 7. Yeah, 7 and 7 going into the bye. That's not bad for Mike Vrable.
I said 8-6 going into the bye.
Oh well, yeah, I'm going. We're about on the same page though. 7 and 7,
Yeah,
8 and 6.
it's just the different wins and losses. Like I really think the trade offs are going to be in their in their division. Sorry,
Yeah.
in their division. I think they're going to trade off the wins and the losses. I think they're either going
Now,
to have a trouble winning at home or trouble winning away, and vice versa.
yeah.
Same thing with the Dolphins and the Jets.
Now I will say, I think they lose to the Jets on the road, but I think that they beat the Dolphins. They will beat the Dolphins. This is tricky right here. December 14th, December 21st. So I think they could easily steal one of these games, but then lose one. They're not winning both of these. I think they win one of them.
Yeah, some
You know,
luck, some kick, field goal, type of thing.
because it's at home, I'm gonna go December 14th. I think they beat the Bills, and it messes up the Bills' chances of like playoff seeding. I think it affects the Bills in a big way. So I think like that's where like also along with playing them head to head, I think this is where the Bills lose the number one and possibly the number two seeds to Kansas City and Baltimore.
Hmm.
So I think at that point, that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, 9 wins. So you're looking at 9 and 8 here.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good successful first year for Mike Vrabel. About right on par with what I was thinking of what we were both thinking, with like winning 8 to 10 games in your first year.
And that's actually 8-9. That's actually what the Dolphins record last season was.
Yeah, see? Yeah,
Wow.
see. Well, I mean 9 and 8 for the 9 and 8 this
Or
coming
nine
year.
and eight. Sorry. They
Yeah.
were 8-9 last season. Never mind.
But yeah, I mean I think it's attainable. So I mean that and I think that would kind of like give folks in New England, optimism to say, you know what, like, hey, maybe Mike Vrabel's onto something here. Maybe there's something we can believe in now, once again.
I
So
think so.
I need to know one thing. Are we going with this? Can we both agree to this right here? For a predicted order of finish in this division?
Yep. Yep. That's me. Yeah.
I agree.
Definitely.
And if it's not Indianapolis with the first pick of the draft, or the first pick of the 2026 NFL draft, the Miami Dolphins will be selecting somebody from somewhere state university.
Hmm.
Or the University of somewhere. So yeah, I think Buffalo still runs this division. New England, I think, is going to be back on the rise with Mike Vrabel at the helm. The Jets, I think, are a team that's going to be on the rise as well. They're going to be a more physical bunch, having a defensive mind like Aaron Glenn at the head coaching spot, and then the Dolphins, I think, they're backtracking.
Yeah. They don't have a quarterback. They're kind of in shambles. They're like, shit, we should have grabbed a quarterback when we could have.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. But folks, we appreciate you joining us and watching this episode. We got a whole bunch more to go to give to y'all and everything. So as keep it locked to this channel, of course. And if you have not already, please make sure that you subscribe or like, share, and subscribe this video. as we get out of here. Appreciate you also joining me for this video, Mr. Sassor.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me as always.
Of course, man. We appreciate it, man. Nothing but love for you.
Oh yeah.
And folks, as always, as we get out of here, stay safe, stay blessed. We will see you on the next preseason preview.
Peace.